Yo, hello. My name's Conrad. I run a marketing agency. In fact, I don't think you've ever heard of that before. And we work within the home improvement sector, and I don't think you've ever come across that sector before. But we do lead generation through paid media for our clients. I'm scaling it and I'm growing it and I'm documenting everything on here. So welcome, raw video, me chatting shit to a camera. If you enjoy, stay, subscribe, and kick back, relax, listen to me chat some shit, hopefully give you some value. If you don't like it, sorry for wasting your time, I guess. You can click off whenever you want. But yeah, running an agency is lonely, and that's something that I have been facing over the past 3-4 months, mainly over the past 2 months since I quit my 9 to 5 to run it full time. If you haven't watched any of my videos before, quick backstory: I started the agency in January, quit my full-time job, well-paid job actually, in April. 19th of April was my last day, and I run the agency full-time. We currently have 6 clients, and we are scaling pretty well, hopefully. I guess I could say pretty well. I still don't know shit. I probably know 10% of what I could know, and I'm always learning every single day. And yeah, documenting everything. So if you're interested, stick around. But it's lonely, and I work about 14 hours every single day. I break those up, obviously. I don't work 14 hours straight. I do break those up with like cardio sessions and walks outside and workouts and stuff. But for the majority of the time, I do work, and I just sit in this office. I do really need to get a stand-up desk, but unfortunately my desk right now is a kitchen worktop. It's not like, just a standard one. It's a nice one, but it's a kitchen worktop, and I don't think it could do with a stand-up desk. But I do need a stand-up desk because sometimes just sitting in this chair for so long, it's painful, and I feel like my posture is like this. If I can show you, like that, it's fucked basically. Yeah. Majority of the time, what I'm doing is obviously managing campaigns, onboarding clients, uh, outreach to prospects, building client campaigns, creating adverts for myself, building funnels for myself, creating content for me or for clients, managing payments, chasing clients sometimes, especially if they're performance-based clients, seeing whether they're closing jobs and whether we are owed any money, which sometimes is a struggle. And I think I mentioned this in the last video that it's not the greatest to be running on paying results, just because it's heavily relies on being in partnership or in work with a trustworthy person. So it's something to consider. But if you're starting out, I would recommend it. But I would recommend controlling all the variables. But yeah, it just gets lonely, and I'm like talking to a camera. It's fucking crazy. I feel like sometimes I am going a little bit crazy. I'm talking into a camera. It's a crazy concept, and yet there's somebody on the other end of this watching it, probably thinking, "What the fuck are you on about, mate?" Or maybe you're cringing, or maybe you're laughing. Who cares? Who knows? Yeah, it gets incredibly lonely, which is why, like, whenever I have a conversation with somebody that's sort of on a similar wavelength in regards to agencies, to the online space, to just to all of this, it's so fucking refreshing, because I come from a small town in the UK. Because it's a small town, yeah, and I've not got any mates that talk about like the social or social media space and online space, making money online and that sort of stuff. Everyone just works a decent paid job, 9 to 5. They're working for somebody, and I'm just like the old odd egg, I guess you could say, where I've never been satisfied with my life, with where I was at, with a decent paid job, but working for somebody wasn't good enough for me. I wanted to run things on my own terms, make something that I'm actually proud of, build a fucking proper agency, and do it for myself, make myself proud, which is something that is gonna be a heck of a challenge, because I'm never fucking proud of myself. I don't know why. Um, but yeah, it's lonely. Promise you, it's lonely when you're working every single day. It can get, and you're not speaking to anybody, because obviously you'll speak to clients and stuff here and there, or you'll speak on to prospects or to leads, whatever it is. Maybe daily or maybe every other day or so. But like, if you sit in one room and you're just listening to music, you can kind of go a little bit crazy, which is maybe one of the reasons as to why I started this YouTube channel and started talking into a camera, because I'm going a bit. But yeah, one of the person that actually doesn't, what saves me from being lonely, I could say, is my girlfriend. So shout out to you. She also runs her own business, and she understands the amount of sacrifice it takes to be successful. And unfortunately, one of the sacrifices is sitting there on your phone and tapping away to your partner saying, how are you, what you doing, what you up to, because we don't have conversations like that. And in fact, we only have real valuable conversations, and high quality conversations is how I'd label them, pretty much every day, but not to a point where we're speaking all day. And I think that is something that comes across in relationships, especially when one of you guys is an entrepreneur. And one of you guys, I don't mean guys, I mean guys as in girls and guys. One of the partners is an entrepreneur. Somebody else works in a job, which I'm not putting like the job down or anything, but it's just a different type of commitment. When you work for yourself, it is genuinely 24/7. I constantly am thinking about stuff, even when I'm sleeping, even when I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm thinking about shit. And you know, if you are in partnership with somebody, or in a relationship with somebody, that doesn't understand that sacrifice, it can go tits up, right? That's what I'm trying to get at. So I appreciate my girlfriend understanding that, and she fucking inspires me to work harder every single day, because she fucking grafts like nobody else. I have worked with business owners that are turning over multiple million pounds. I can't get my words out. Multiple million pounds per year, and they don't work half as hard as she does. So yeah, honestly, I absolutely respect it, and I'm proud of her like fucking crazy. But another thing that sort of gets you away from being lonely is communities. And here I am. I'm going to tell you my community. I couldn't care less. I'm not going to. There's a link in the description if you're interested, but I'm not selling you anything. Communities are sick. Speaking with business owners is sick. I jumped on a consulting call today, which was my first one ever, so I thought I'd mention that. The guy knew more than me, and the guy has more experience than me, and I felt like I should have been the one asking him all the questions instead of the other way around. But honestly, it was sick. The guy's a cool guy. We had a sick conversation. It went back and forth for about an hour. We covered loads of different stuff, and it's refreshing to connect with somebody. And yeah, honestly, it was sick. I've also been added to a group chat full of agency owners, so that is a little bit of a refreshment this week. I think I was added today. Yeah, I was added today. So that's brand new as well, and I'm looking forward to sort of just building relationships with people that are like-minded. And that's why I've sort of started this channel, to, instead of messaging people constantly being like, hi, what are you doing? Hi, I'm trying to do this, will you help me, and blah blah blah. I just went off and did my own shit. And not to say like that's a negative thing to be messaging people for help or asking for help or for anything, because it's definitely not. And I always encourage everybody that messages me to always message me and ask me for help if you can. But obviously I'm not going to be replying to every single person that messages me, because it's difficult to do so, which is why I've sort of put these calls in. So if anyone is actually really interested, they can just find it where they can and book a call in. But it is what it is, right? The whole purpose of that is but the whole purpose of what I was trying to say is, it's a good thing to do, but people get into the habit of, instead of learning things the hard way or learning things for themselves and by themselves, they will just message people and ask them hundreds of times over, instead of Googling the shit and learning it themselves. That's what I was trying to get at. Reaching out to people and connecting with like-minded individuals is a sick thing to do, so I encourage everyone to do it. But it's something that shouldn't be abused to a point where you're just constantly messaging people, and it's almost like feeding your dopamine from that, because you are getting a response from someone and they're helping you, and then you just, yeah, it's like a bit of a loop sort of thing. I don't know, I'm chatting shit. It is 20 past 11. I need to go sleep. It's past my bedtime, and this is my Stress ball because I stress a lot because I'm lonely and sad, and I run an agency, and yeah, I think I'm going crazy, honestly.